any news event, but FOMC in particularly has the opportunity to put you down even more. There's certain ways that I trade a news event, and if it just continues to move in one direction without a pullback, that's my nemesis for news events. If it just goes straight down or straight up, doesn't ever give you a pullback, that's my nemesis. I always play it as if it's going to give us a pullback, and that's just how I do it. And right here to here, we've got a huge down move right here. A huge down move, and that's definitely a pre-news move. Shot up, came back, shot up again, retraced as if this never even happened. So now we're right back to zero on the day. And this is probably what everybody wants price to be at before FOMC. All right, here we go. Here we go. What are you doing? That's weird. That's weird.
That's not good.
It's super weird. Uh-oh. Did they margin somebody out? Oh no. That was on my other one.
Oh,
What the heck is that noise?
I'm good.
All right, here we go. Wait for the pullback now.
Those 4 trades helped me a lot. %.
That was a little too heavy for that. We'll see if I'm not sure if it's going to play the bounce or the rejection. The continuation or the pullback. So
Got the hit in the 50. Back to 50.
Kind of thinking the rejection, but not too much. We'll see.
Stalling at the 50s. Can you hear me, David?
Yeah, I can. I'm just focused.
I'm just used to
I'm
back.
focused.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm
Not bad.
I thought maybe you muted me.
I'm just about to.
My day wouldn't be complete if I didn't hear you, Ed. So keep talking.
I think I'm going to secure this if we get it here. Yeah, I'm going to secure that right there. And the only reason why I'm securing that is I think we're going to run. And I'm going to tighten this up a little bit. See if we can't catch a runner. But if it bounces back, it got me out. If it bounces back, it could shoot the other way. So I don't want to run that risk of it shooting the other way. Now here's the question. Do we believe in sells or buys? Yeah, if sellers are going to make a run, it'll cross here. If buyers are going to try and push it all the way up to here, this is my next ad right here. So I'm going to slow down my ads. Still playing if I have 3 or 4 trades on, but I'm putting one here to pick up the big move or the big candle in between candle moves. If I can get a dime, great. Quarter, great. Whatever. But the market is just gonna go sideways and make that decision. Waiting for the decision to be made, basically, as to if it's gonna break a zone. Again, I will secure a nickel or a dime if I see that, because it's so whippy that it could whip you out and go the other way. So might as well secure profit when you get it. Just like there. And maybe we'll catch a runner. All right, one more time. Trying to see if we get it to break here or not. If it comes up to here, I'll probably add in break even here, get out and start looking for a push higher. Da, 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 da. What does that move anyways? The spike 30, 35 pips. Okay. I've seen bigger FOMC moves.
It's much bigger.
Yeah. One there. If it reaches up here, probably add a couple, come back to the 50. Again, on their side of break even, I'll secure it to see if we don't get one more reach.
You talking about a reach down?
Yeah, I'm just like, see if we get a reach down into here.
Yeah.
Because I think it's time to flip the buzz. So just looking for a pullback to the other side of the 50 of this candle.
Some of us have been in buys the whole time.
Good thing it's up and down.
Bango.
I don't like trading. Okay. I don't like trading FOMC if I don't have to. So I don't usually do it, but I don't like trading the press conference because you never know what they're going to say. And the question and answers. So it's just too much lack of, I don't know, lack of market structure. You almost got to be lucky.
If they want their
To-
paychecks, they're going to be Trump positive.
But that still doesn't move. That just still doesn't mean the dollar's going to go, the price is going to go up or down. It's just not enough. It's not enough. Like for me, it's not enough structure. Let me just put it that way. It's pretty. It's like trading but blindly.
I'm happy I pulled my little account out of the doldrums and into positive. It treated me nice.
All right. Comes up to here. I'll add in to get out.
I don't know, Dave. The dollar's pretty negative.
Oh, I missed an ad. Wasn't even, I was thinking of something else. I missed it. It's gonna add right there. Let's see, give it back to me. All right, I'm gonna pop off those profits and I'm gonna pop off that baddie right there. And do it again. Or if it reaches down, do it that way too. There we go. Come on. And get it to close. I'll secure it. And you secure pretty quickly. As that's the 50. Let's take that. I really want to be in buys because of this. So just take it what the market gave me, flip into buys. If it comes down to here, I'll add some more. All right. Just cross over that. We're good. I'll secure you right there. I'm doing this one that way because if it pops me out, I'll get right back in and just take a recycle. If it keeps going, great. But if it pops me out, it'll probably come right back to where I started. Just pick that up, put it in the pocket. As we get closer to the press conference, it should start to shrink. And these candles should start to shrink. And if we get a pop above that, I will secure. Come on. You can do it, little candle. If not, then we're definitely coming into a wedge. And I might just stay out for a second, see which way it pops. This is my secure for the wedge. If it pops up, we're good. If not, I'm just going to sit on my hands for a second. I'm gonna tighten up this secure and get out right there. Still think we're in a wedge that's forming. And that's, but there might be some peekaboo profit if you play the scalp this wedge right here. But the danger is if you get a wedge of this size, if it pops, it ain't coming back for a while. Especially if it pops to the top, which kind of pressure is indicating that. But I honestly, it's probably wedging because of the press conference in 15 minutes. And just candle volatility, but you should get a pop. Should get a pop. So maybe I'll do this. It's just something I haven't done in a while. I don't trust it. I don't want to do that. Because I could easily see it wicking and coming back. It's too wicky. It's too choppy. Ed, how did you do? How did you make out on this?
I just went from a -3 to a positive 2.64.
Nice. Is that in your small account?
Yeah,
Nice. That's awesome.
actually it was a -5.25. So I did better than I thought.
I might just stop there, guys. I might just stop there. I'm not, it's just, I could keep going, but 6% is good enough. Right. And
Nice
I'm don't,
triangle.
yeah, that's what I said, the wedgie.
Yeah,
Nice little wedgie.
I was
And the pole
thinking,
caught it.
I was thinking just this exact same thing. You're done.
That was
Very
cool,
Nice
good.
little,
Dave. That was great.
nice little 6%
Agree.
even number.
Yeah,
6% even
wonderful.
number.
Wonderful
Take a
return
profit when you got it.
to see what you to look at what you did.
You want me to look at what you did and tell or think about what you did.
Okay.
Go to your room.
Ah,
Show me your trades and go to your room.
nice, nice, Brad. Yeah,
You guys, I always do the recap. Anybody want to do the recap of this and just talk through, see if there's anybody that wants to kind of recap what we did. Maybe the play of the day. I don't know.
Spicy Nick can take a crack at it.
Okay, yeah, you go. I suck at it.
Spicy,
Alright.
spicy. Wait. Can we all just take a moment and appreciate that Spicy Nick has now arrived at talking about himself in the third person?
The spicy Nick is in the house.
I'm prompting Microsoft Copilot to make superhero dossiers for me based on my emails and my chats, and it's just bumps
Never
my
fear,
ego.
Spicy Nick is here.
I'm the Illuminator. Okay, so to start out FOMC, we weren't sure what direction it was gonna go, and because it shot up, we were looking for a return to the 50%. So we got in those, and then as it bounced around, we saw more weakness here, came down, and then as we got down here, we were just playing a few sell snipes. But as we saw the strength here, the play of the day in my mind was to recognize on the strength to switch to buys. So we got out of our sells for the pullback to the 50, and we started looking for buys, and we've been scalping buys ever since. With some weakness here, I believe we started looking for a turn back to the 50 of this candle, and we weren't really sure what the conference was going to do, so we ended up there. So play by play was all
We
the
did-
50s.
we
Play of the day
did
was
take-
switching to
We
buys.
did take sells. We did take some sells here. So we bought and sold in this area. I don't know if you
Yes.
saw that. Okay.
Oh, sorry, I might have not said it, but I was like, yeah, and here we saw a little bit of a a little bit of a opportunity setup. So there.
And I tried to secure it as much as I could when I could to get a little bit more than than what the market was giving me. Not gonna lie, right here was my biggest,
Fear.
I don't want to say fear, but biggest, I'm a little bit too heavy if it makes this the 50. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I needed to exit, even though if I didn't, man, that would have been nice. But when I get that trigger in my head, and I'm like, I'm too heavy, I need to get out, then I get out. And I try for anything, just any little bit of profit. I'm like, I need to get back to zero to flatten my trades because I'm a little too heavy. Yeah, go ahead. Was that Christian or who was?
Yeah,
who was
that
saying
was me. Yeah, that was me. I noticed on the primary Brandon candle, the super Brandon candle, it went right up, and it
The news spike? Are you talking
Yeah.
about the?
yes,
Okay,
yes. Is that a Brandon candle? I suppose
it's not because it's news.
Okay, sorry.
We trade it as if it is,
Yeah,
but I wouldn't call it that just for clarity's sake. Like news, I always trade it like you smack in here, and then it shot up.
Yeah.
And but a
I
Brandon
understand.
candle doesn't move 30 pips.
yeah,
It's just usually 2 to 3x the size of the other candles,
yeah.
right?
I was looking at the clock as that candle was forming, and it was stalling at that right top bit on about 35 seconds countdown. Do you have sort of a time? Do you watch the time on that candle, or do you just watch the behavior of it? Because I got right in at the top on a few trades, and I got out at the 50, and I didn't get in again after that. I was really nervous, but I am nervous around news because I once took a massive bath after news. I went on a
Yeah.
massive revenge trade during the thing. But yeah, anyway, go on. Sorry.
No, I don't. When the price action is so fast like this, I honestly, it's hard for me to watch everything. And usually this is like the third thing that I'm looking at. When, if it's a stall, if it's coming down to a shelf or coming down to a 50, then I'll look at the timer and like, where are we at? Okay, you need to cross and you need to close. And I say, how much time left do we have to close? Case in point, it's doing it right here, which is it's coming down to this shelf and it's not closing. Came down, not closing. So I'll look at the timer. And then all of a sudden, look what it printed, 3 little wicks. Usually when you get 3 little wicks, usually this candle is going to go up here, but you got 2 wicks here. And you also have the news, the conference is still impacting this, where it's doesn't want to break here, doesn't want to break here, probably won't for the next 5 minutes.
It's loving the 50% of the initial candle, isn't it? That point.
Yeah. Are you Christian? Are you starting to see 50s? Do you see 50s?
Since your fast track class, where you were going, where you were just laughing all the way through. I thought that was funny. And you're going, when it's in the 50s. And it was like, spot the 50. And everybody was just putting random lines on chart.
Just
I
say
love
this
that.
for me. Just say it. This is your mantra. Just say it. I see 50s.
I see. I even got the 5 things that you used to tell us to write down in front of me. I've had them since then, and I've been looking at them every time I go into the market. It's amazing how much I actually forget. I just dive into a trade and then I look, oh, shit, I've done number 2 yet. Sorry, that's why then. I haven't done number 3 yet. The tendency to just look at market structure and go, it's going this way, get in. Oh no, I haven't made a plan. Oh dear. But yeah, brilliant, David. Are you going to continue with that kind of? You're saying it all the time. You do it all the time. It's brilliant. The teaching is brilliant. Just keep saying it, David. I'll get it eventually.
Now, your next thing is this is exactly what Steven said. Can you say I see invisible 50s? And
That's
then
what I'm looking for.
we'll use what Ed said to me earlier was put the invisible 50 indicator on. I love that.
Oh, Dave, you use it all the time.
I do.
That's hilarious. That's great.
It's our special glasses, David. That highlight invisible 50s on the chart.
It's the indicator. I do use indicators, the invisible ones. Larry says, Dave, do you base the heavy lots on the 50s and does it work out cut and reverse? So that's a little bit of a personal preference, not necessarily something that is like I would teach. This is what you need to do when this happens, right? It's not a if this and that. It's more of a personal preference when I increase my position size when I know that there's going to be extreme volatility. I increase my position size, but you also see that I changed this quite a bit too. At one point, I had it at 1%, and then I dropped it down to a nickel. The reason being is because the 1%, I wasn't actively going for that. I just needed to gauge where it was on the chart, and I never got out at the 1%. I got out when the market told me to get out, but I just wanted to see like how many trades I needed to get 1%, right? And if I was trading smaller lot size, like right here, I needed 5 trades to get out inside this candle. And if I had 2, I would just have to put on like 5 trades to equal that. And so when there's extreme volatility, I would rather have fewer trades because it's just easier to manage. It's just easier to manage at fewer trades when there's a news event. And so I'll increase my position size. Again, it's a technique, not a I don't know, not a rule, I should say. Right? It's more of a technique than a rule. It's just easier for me to manage fewer trades when market structure is just all extreme volatility and up and down movements all over the place. Well, good question though.
Can I just add something about the 50s again while we're sorry.
Yeah.
You know that huge move down yesterday afternoon, not huge, but that big move down yesterday afternoon.
Uh-huh.
It's knocked on the 50 of that entire move like 3 times today, including that new spike. That has gone right up to the 50. It went up to the 50 this afternoon before it came back down. There it is.
Right here. Yeah, right here.
The entire move down. The new
It
everything's at the 50 of it.
Yeah, it did good get to the 50. I think I was saying that last night. Or last night? Yeah, last night in our fast track class. We had a fast track class last night. And I said that I had to leave right here. And I got into a buy, but I just had Bubba manage it and it wasn't enough to get me out. But if I didn't leave and wasn't on the road, this would have been a recovery right here. Because if it comes all the way down, you recover at the 50. You recover on the response.
But also, David, in the higher time frames, this entire move, the 50 of that, if you look, that's where we bounced today.
Yep.
So the 50s are everywhere, aren't
they? The 50s are everywhere. 50s. And it's so interesting to me that, it's so interesting to me that Here's the 50. Here's the line of the 50, and price will get to that line and it will not go higher. It will get to that line and then go away. It will get to that line. That's what's interesting. It will get to the 50.
Yeah.
It won't do this. It won't do this. It'll hit that 50. And then
Mm.
if it's going to go through it, it's going to go even further. But if it's going to go the opposite direction, it'll hit it and then go.
Yeah.
And thanks for reminding me. So when the 50 is here, and let's say I'm buying to this 50, and this is the 50, and I'm buying all the way up to here, and it does something like this, I'll probably exit here.
Yeah.
If this is an exit right here. And because it could come all the way down to here before it gets there.
Yeah.
And this is close enough for me to exit, and then I'll flip into sells here. Because I'm like, oh, it's probably going to bounce here. This is good. I'll put 1 on here. If it comes up to here, I'll put 2. If it doesn't, I'll flip and get into sells. And I'll do that quite often where I don't need price to hit the 50. I know it's going to, but I'd rather start building into sells because I know it's going to hit the 50 and turn, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Just as well, clarification. I know it's 50 of the break, but also you get 50 of full moves, don't you?
50 of what?
50 of full moves from top to bottom, as well as 50 of breaks.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm always looking for tops and bottoms, like right here, top, bottom, 50, right?
Yeah.
But the most important 50 is always the last one.
Yeah.
That's the most important 50.
Right.
So again, this is news, so I wouldn't trust it in it right now. But if you come to the 1 minute chart, the most important 50 is the last move. Hey, Spicy Nick, where's the 50 of the last move?
I got this. 50.
Kazaa. That's awesome. But
Okay, so
but
So quick-
technically, yeah, technically, again, news could do anything. Conference. Technically, if it did not hit there, and look, Spicy Nick, you're brilliant. You're a genius.
How do you do it?
I'm learned.
And Spicy even learned how to draw them invisible ones.
You rock.
Sometimes
That's
they-
easy. That's easy for me. Hey guys, let me show you where the invisible 50 is on this entire move. Let me show you where the invisible 50 is. Okay, ready? Okay, I just did. I used my
Whoa.
invisible indicator. You
You're
get
so
it?
ki-
You got
so
it?
kind.
you, you get it's I think I got it with this. Here's the invisible 50 indicator right here. Invisible 50 right here. Look, it's going away. Invisible 50. It could make that the invisible 50. Invisible 50.
Oh, how does it do that?
That's the indicator right there.
So Dave,
Nice.
you know when it's okay, so 50 of the last move, fair enough. But while the move's happening, you're in
Yeah,
a move.
that's the hard part. That's what I was saying. I don't know if you heard me saying that or not before when we first got in. It's difficult to know of this move. Is this the 50 or is it going to come down to here and make this the 50? Like, where is it? It's difficult to know when the move is happening, where the end is going to be. And so that's why the response is so much easier. Going back to a 50 is so much easier than the expansion. Right. And so if you can combine the ride the wave, which is, look, Spicy Nick was correct, went to the 50, felled, it broke. Now you're going to ride the wave. you gobble up this, ride the wave until it tells you we're no longer in a ride the wave, and then it comes back to the 50, right?
Mhm.
That's why it's so powerful with the ride the wave technique combining with the 50s, because then you make money on the breakout and then you make money on the pullback. That's all it is, right?
Mhm.
And it's our job as traders, and quite frankly, we sometimes struggle with that, of catching the right breakout, catching the breakout when it happens, right? And I'm not going to say this is all news, but catching the breakout when it happens, catching
Mhm.
the breakout when it happens. Breaks out. If you were riding the wave and it broke out, this could be your exit there, but it didn't really go past it with. So I would have waited for the next candle to do that. But really, technically, with the ride the wave, it's not over until this candle. That's your exit right there. And so you ride the wave all the way down to there, you get out, and then you start to play the response, right? Now, because of the FOMC, this is a big thing where if it comes back down to here, I'm buying. Comes up to here, comes down to here, I'm buying for the 50 of this move, entire move right here, which is right here. Right.
Mhm.
But then you make money on this move, and then you set up the buy, come back and make money there.
Yeah.
And that's how it's done. Wash, rinse, repeat, wash, rinse, repeat, wash, rinse, repeat. It's as simple as that. All right, guys. Thanks for the fun FOMC ride. And we shall see you all tonight for community class. So we'll see you guys tonight. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, David.
Thank you, David. Thank you.